Hey, how we going, guys? Mick here from Not Cartel, back another kick-ass beer review. I'm going to review a fellow home brewer's home brew today, obviously, and discuss a little bit about that beer as we go along. The beer today is the Pineapple Express from Bad Pug Brewing. I don't know if you can pick that up there on the camera. It looks like Jimmy from Bad Pug Brewing there. He's taped it up. It looks like it's actually in a clip lock bag behind that tape, so I'll be able to pull that off and show that out throughout the video at some stage, the actual label. That way we can maybe try and get rid of some of that reflection and gloss that's coming off. Alright, so I've got the label off. It took a little bit of work, but we got there. As you can see, Bad Pug Home Brewing, Pineapple Express. See there, we've got 3 pugs, the much loved family pets there. Looks like one of them's packing a rifle of some sort over the shoulder there in that picture. Bad pugs indeed. And the little pineapple crop down the bottom. Not a bad label, that. Very good. Good design. Probably fits in well with the tasting of the beer, so it should. Forms part of the description, I guess. It is 5% ABV. It is, from what I'm seeing, 100% Bru-1 hops used in this. Bru-1 is quite synonymous with being big on the pineapple, particularly in the aroma. Pairs well with things like citrus, chinook, and other great US aroma hops. It is similar to Vic Secrets and Talus in a way that Vic Secret, particularly with Vic Secret and Talus used together, you get quite large, quite intense pineapple sort of things going on there. I did use this hop a while, just checking the notes, and I paired it with Galaxy, Eldorado, Simcoe and Crystal in an IPA, and that was a real sort of a silky smooth IPA using lactose. Done really well in that beer. Might have to go back to brewing that one. Yeah, drop it here on this channel, I guess. I'll try and keep it away from the Unicorn Brewing Project because being an IPA is not something that we're going to particularly age. So anyway, it's about Jimmy's beer, Bad Pug Home Brewing. I'm going to pour it up. I'm going to go into the mushroom glass here, and I'm not sure how long. I did receive 2 other beers from Jimmy. Not sure how long to sort of sit on them for. I think Jimmy's saying that they've come off of a keg, so poured off the keg, and they are in PET bottles too. So I'm also a little bit funny about how well a PET bottle will hold carbonation. So we'll crack her open. We'll talk about the beer and nothing else from here on in. Nice little hiss there. Get up there in front of the camera. Now, I really liked the colour of this beer when Jimmy done his little tasting there. I think it was, might only actually have been on Instagram, so yeah, go and check out Bad Pug Brewing on Instagram as well. Not 100% sure, but the idea is not to release any of these videos until Jimmy's done his thing with the beer. So when you're seeing this, it will be after Jimmy's done his. You can see there, nice colour. Maybe should have went a little bit more aggressive on the pour, considering it's come off the keg, and the bottle felt firm, so I'm thinking, yeah, it's definitely just bouncing off the actual carbonation or the gas, the amount of PSI that Jimmy might be using there. The aroma. Oh yes, picking up the pineapple, that's for sure. There's plenty of pineapple there. Now the thing I found with Brew-1 is it is a it is a grassy hop, so you do sort of pick up that sort of freshly cut grass as well. And for me, when I used it in a larger amount than I did with those other hops. It did come across quite grassy in the early stages. So it certainly does. That grassiness certainly does sort of waver off, and the pineapple starts to come through. Very much a chameleon hop, the Brew-1. Depends when you use it in the brewing process. In for the taste. Small sip, going for in for another one. It's a very balanced beer. So in total is 4.78 kilos of fermentables or grain in this bill. 2.6 of the pale. Maris Otter. 1.88 kilos of Pilsner malt. It's a craft export. 300 grams of rice hulls. Not 100% sure why the use of rice hulls, but maybe it's to help with the efficiency of Jimmy's system there. Starting off at a pre-boil gravity 1042, original gravity of a 1047, and a final gravity of a 1009, giving us the 5%. It's based on a British golden ale, so I can see there why I'm picking up certain elements of this beer that sort of comes from a British golden ale. First wort 60-minute addition at 10 grams, 14%. That's 18 IBUs. 20-minute hop stand at 76 degrees. So 20 minutes for 76 degrees. 55 grams of the Brew-1. As mentioned, it's Brew-1 only. Hops in this. It's 14%, giving you a further 9 IBUs. And on day 3, I dry hopped it with 50 grams of the Brew-1. 14% of the hopping schedule. It has used some miscellaneous brewing salts, Camden tablet, and the obvious Werflock tablet at the end of the boil. 2 packets of Brewer American West Coast ale yeast. Jimmy is brewing on the Brewzilla / Robo Brew 35 litre. His batch size 22 litres, boil size 26.96, post boil volume 23.96, mash water 16.9 litres, sparge water 13.6 litres, so boil time was 60 minutes, total water 30.54 litres. Comes out of the 7 EBCs. His mash profile 66 degrees, 60 minutes, and 75 degrees at 10 minutes for a sparge. 4 days in primary at 19 degrees, another 3 days in primary at 21 degrees. Jimmy is using, from what I understand, is the Chubby pressure fermenter. He's using the default pale ale water profile for Newcastle through the Brewfather app. No mash pH mentioned, boil volume measurements or anything like that have not been entered. These are really good programs. So I use the Grainfather app. I find that to be a lot more sort of user friendly for my system. But all in all, I'm liking the fact that it's a basic British golden ale recipe with a really good American hop. So very much a new world. Bru-1's been used by breweries like Dogfish Head and others like that as well. I think it was I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Japanese brewery, I think it might have been, or it's a Japanese-based brewery. Ninkasa or something like that used it in theirs as well, and I think they actually used Galaxy and Crystal in theirs as well, which is pretty much where my base recipe sort of came from with that. So yeah, it is a lovely looking beer. It is very, very easy drinking. It's definitely smashable. It does have a slight carbonic bite, and I think that's probably more to do with the carbonation. Quite possibly the I know people say it's got something to do with the grade of the CO2 that you use, but I've not found any sort of real issue with that. A lot of style beer I tend to find, particularly with those English and sort of British ales, that that sort of back flavour that sits there. I think to overcome that, I really like this recipe. It's a good looking recipe. I would probably go with a lot more, definitely a lot more in the hopping schedule. In particular, probably a larger dry hop would probably suit me quite well. All in all, a really enjoyable beer. Well done, Jimmy.